I am glad to be here, and I am glad to be telling your story.
And I'm glad I'm here too.
You're glad?
Mm-hmm.
Why are you so glad?
Because I'm going to make Daryl's story better.
You're going to make my story better?
Mm-hmm.
How is it that you think you're going to make my story better?
Well, someone's kind of snub.
Well, no, I'm just curious. How are you going to make my story better?
I'm going to make it more interesting and funny.
Okay, well, that is true. You do have that knack, but as far as storytellers go, am I doing a pretty good job?
You're up there, I guess, but you're not my favorite.
I'm not your favorite storyteller?
Mm-mm.
Okay, that kind of surprised me. Who is your favorite storyteller?
Well, I think you're right behind Mrs. Jenkins.
I'm behind Mrs. Jenkins.
Mm-hmm. She's my teacher.
Okay, I guess I could be okay with being number 2.
Well, actually you're number 3.
I'm number 3?
Yeah, Mr. Myers is pretty good too.
Mr. Myers, you went to camp and he was at camp with you, wasn't he?
Mm-hmm.
So I'm like number 3.
Well, then there's my dad.
Your dad.
Mm-hmm.
What makes your dad's story so special?
Well, he does all the voices and sound effects, makes the stories come alive.
Well, but I think my stories are pretty good too.
Yeah, but you gotta use help.
Because I use help, I'm not as good?
Yep, that's it.
Okay. I have a favorite storyteller too.
You do? Who?
Jesus.
Jesus is a storyteller? Oh, he is! I know he is. I want you to tell us the story about the 2 cows.
Wait, the 2 cows.
Mm-hmm. Jesus told a story about 2 cows, and I want to hear it today.
I don't remember a story about 2 cows.
It was about a pair of bulls.
Parables. Okay. You did that on purpose, didn't you? Do you know what a parable is?
Well, I guess it's a story.
It is a story. It is a story. It's a story with a lesson.
Tuning out.
Wait. No. Don't tune out. A story with a lesson is a good thing.
Yeah, but I'm not on the clock. School is out.
So you don't want to learn anything when you're not in school?
Mm-mm.
Well, can I at least tell you my favorite story that Jesus told?
Well, I guess so, if you have to.
Well, I think I have to. It's Jesus told a lot of different stories. He told about builders in a storm.
Oh yeah, I know that one.
And he told stories about looking for a lost sheep.
Oh yeah.
But my favorite is about a father and a son.
Oh, like me and my dad.
Like you and your dad. This son, he wasn't just a little kid like you. He was a grown-up son. But he decided one day, I want my money. Dad, I want the share of the money you're going to give me when you die. I want that money now.
No, I'm not very bright, but I'm not kind of rude.
I would say that was very rude. Basically, he was telling his dad he wished that he was dead. He wanted the money. And as soon as his dad gave him the money, you know what he did?
He threw a party.
Well, he kind of did, but he went a long, long ways away. He went on a very long trip, and he spent that money like crazy.
That's what I would do.
You would spend money like crazy?
Oh yeah, I'm irresponsible.
That's a very big word for a very little kid.
Well, it's true.
It probably is. So he went out and he spent a lot of money. And you know what happens when you have a lot of money?
What?
You have a lot of friends.
You do?
You have a lot of friends that will help you spend that money. And you know what happens when the money's all gone?
The friends are gone too?
The friends are gone too. And that's what happened to this boy, this man. He went off to the foreign country. He lost all of his money, and then all of his friends were gone. And pretty soon, when he had no food, no place to stay, there was nobody to help him.
Well, those don't sound like friends at all.
They weren't very good friends at all, were they? No. So he ended up getting a job taking care of pigs.
Ooh, I like pigs. They're cool.
Well, but they are kind of cool. When you go to the fair and you see those little pink piggies and they're just running around and they're all clean and everything, they're kind of cool. But these were pigs that were in the slop and in the muck, and it was kind of gross, and you had to take care of them.
Well, if you don't mind mud.
Well, if you don't mind mud, but there was the smell as well.
Oh, didn't think of the smell.
Yeah, it was pretty gross. And he got so hungry, he started to think about what he could eat.
He was going to eat a pig?
No, he wasn't going to eat a pig. He was going to eat the stuff the pigs were eating.
Okay, that's even disgusting.
It is very disgusting. He was so hungry, he would eat the stuff they were feeding the pig. He was so sad, he was so lonely, and suddenly something popped into his head.
What?
It was a thought. He said, you know what? My dad has a lot of servants.
Yeah.
And if I go back to my dad, I could ask him for a job. Maybe
Nope, I can't.
she got you figured out.
Yeah, she does.
So he figured out that, I need to go home and see my dad, but he said, I'm gonna go back and I'm gonna be a servant. I'm gonna be a hired helper. But when he got home, you know what his dad did?
His dad wouldn't give him a job because he was so angry.
No. His dad threw his arms around him and he put a robe on him and put the family ring on his finger and put sandals on his feet and he said, my son has come home.
He wasn't angry?
He wasn't angry. He loved his son and he was so glad that he was back. He worried about his son so much when he was gone. And that parable, that story is so important to me because that's how God treats us when we sometimes go astray.
It is?
That's right. He doesn't go and tell us never to come back again. He doesn't say, when you come back, he doesn't say, I told you so, now you get to work. He says, I am glad you're home. Welcome home, my son. Welcome home, my daughter. That's how he treats all of us, and that's why that story is so special to me.
That is a good story. I guess learning something's not so bad after all.
I think you're right. And I think, boys and girls, when you go home today, if you ask either a mom or a dad or a grandparent or an aunt or uncle to help you find some of those parables that Jesus taught, I'll bet you'll learn something pretty cool from stories that Jesus taught.
I'm going to go ask my dad.
Good.
He'll do the sound effects.
I'm sure he will. Thank you, Rusty, for being here, and thank you, boys and girls, and I hope that you all enjoy your parables today.
Enjoy.
Thank you.